Good morning, Tottenham fans. Just a quick update on Morgan's Gibbs White, as he's not travelled with Nottingham Forest to Portugal for their tour. The reports are saying that this is unrelated to football and this is unrelated to the transfer to Tottenham Hotspur. Now, it's a bit of a coincidence that he said that he wants this all sorted before Forest go on tour next week. He said this last week. And then all of a sudden, he's not going with them. So for me, when they're saying it's unrelated to football, I find it hard to believe. My gut feeling tells me this is related to football and something's going to happen in the next couple of days. It's got to now. There is rumours that his girlfriend is struggling with a pregnancy, but that could just be rumours. It could be family related. So I don't want to just disrespect Morgan Gibbs White in that way. He could generally have some issues, but for me, when something's as coincidental as this, it just makes me wonder, you know what I mean? So, but one thing I'm a little bit worried about is maybe, Man City have come calling, because there is big rumours now that they're going to use James McAtee as a cash plus player option to get Morgan Gibbs White through the door. They know what the release clause is now, and Forest obviously got their arse with Spurs, and they might just do it through spite and get Morgan Gibbs White to go to Manchester City. But the only thing is with those rumours is Morgan Gibbs White had a chance to go to Manchester City earlier in this window, and he chose not to because he wants game time, and he knows he wants to play for England as well. So that rumour could be squashed as well, in my opinion, because he's already done a medical with Spurs. I think he did a medical. I'm not 100% sure, but medical was booked for Spurs. He's always said he only wants Spurs, and now he's not travelled with Forest. There was another rumour as well saying that Morgan Gibbs White has handed in a transfer request. I don't believe that. I don't think he's handed a transfer request in. I think he's been very, very professional. When he played a friendly yesterday, he didn't look happy at all. He played 45 minutes, and that was it. I think it was against Leeds. I can't remember who they were playing. But he only played 45 minutes, and apparently he didn't look very happy. But, again, all of it's subjective. But, again, if he's not travelled with Nottingham Forest for their tour, and I'm assuming his girlfriend would have travelled with him. For me, it's hard to believe. Like, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe that he's not travelled and it's unrelated to football? Coincidentally, at the same day, he's supposed to be going on tour with Nottingham Forest. For me, it's too much of a coincidence, but you just never know. You never know. I'm hoping Man City doesn't steal him from underneath us. I'm hoping we can get this over the line. A lot of Tottenham fans are not really happy with the transfer window now. We were all excited when Kudus and Morgan Gibbs White were done on the same day. We was very happy with that. We was all getting really excited. Obviously, this has dragged on a bit, so now it's going to take a little bit of time. But I think if Morgan Gibbs White does get over the line in the next couple of days, which I think it will be very, very soon now, if it does get over the line, then we've got two quality players in. We are now looking at signing Palhinha from Bayern Munich as well, and apparently he can go for 26 million, which for me is a bargain. He was a brilliant player for Fulham in the Premier League. He was one of the best number sixes in the league at the time, and 30 years old, people saying, oh, he's too old. But I remember when people were telling me last season, we haven't got any experience, but when we want to get experience in, he's too old. So which one is it? Which one do you want? I still think 30 is not very old in football anymore. You get so many players now playing into 35, 36. Ronaldo's 40 now, and he's still banging them in. Messi's in his 36, 37 years old now. So there's so many players out there that are still playing in their prime at 30 years old. So Palhinha, sign him on a couple of years contract and he'll get the best years out of him. And he's got so much Prem experience as well. He's such a good player, and he's a solid six. We haven't got an out and out six in our squad, so he'd instantly upgrade our squad anyway. So that would be fantastic. Imagine if we got a bomber and we got Morgan Gibbs White over 9 and Palhinha came in. All of a sudden, our midfield and attack looks so much stronger. We've got Morgan Gibbs White in the 10, Kudos out on the wing, and you've got Palhinha in the 6. All of a sudden, our midfield and attack looks so much stronger. We've got Bergvall in there, Kulusevski still, got Matisse Tell on the other side with Sonny at the moment still here. You know, our centre-back options look strong again. But the only issue as well I'm thinking of is we've got like so many players in the squad, and so many won't be able to play in that Champions League squad. So I wonder what players are going to be leaving. Like, I still honestly believe, as much as I don't want it to happen, I still honestly believe that it's the best time for Sonny to leave. I still think it is. He can leave as a winning captain, a champion at Spurs, a legend, and leave this season, and we'll still get money for him. If he doesn't, we will get no money from next season, so that would be a strange scenario. Letting someone like Sonny go for no money, that would be strange for the club to do that. Then you've got Richarlison. There's lots of rumours about him leaving. He keeps saying he wants to stay. Of course he wants to stay because he's not going to get a better team than Spurs. But there's rumours he might be moved on. But then Thomas Frank is saying he's a key player, so I'm not sure. But he never plays, so I don't know why we'd want to keep him. I really don't. You've got Ben Davies signed an extra contract, so maybe he might go for a bit of money. Dragushin's not safe, in my opinion. Maybe he might be moved on. There might be surprise removals, like people like James Maddison might be sold, like Saudi are interested. But I seriously doubt that James Maddison would want to play in Saudi yet. He's still a top player, still a quality player, so I think he will stay. Yeah, but it's at the moment, it's looking like Morgan Gibbs White may be a Spurs player in the next couple of days. I really hope so. I don't want this to drag on anymore. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I just want it to be done. Get it over and done with. Sign for Spurs. Hold up the shirt. Kudos and Morgan Gibbs White through the door. Then we can move on to Palhinha. Get Palhinha in the door. And then I think a lot of Spurs fans will be very, very happy with this window. Maybe try and get a left back in too, and that would be almost perfect for us. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's video. Do you think Morgan Gibbs White is going to be a Spurs player at the end of the week? Do you think it's suspicious that he's not travelled with Nottingham Forest? If you're new here also, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Come on, you Spurs.